Hey guys, so let's talk a little bit about the relation between spelling and pronunciation in English, right? Well, I think you are well aware that we can hardly find some, right? We know that English is crazy when it comes to spelling, because it breaks all kinds of rules, and don't feel, let's say, sad or diminished because you don't know sometimes how to pronounce certain words, because it happens exactly the same with them, right? Keep in mind that it's very common among Americans, among natives, that they read a word on the paper they have never heard before, and many occasions they don't know how to pronounce that word, they mispronounce that word. So the logic here is not that they have a way, internal logic, for them to pronounce their words, but we're just not familiar with them. It's not like that, their system is just a mess. Just a huge mess, more than French. French is crazy because, for example, this word here, you have 3 vowels, right? And you pronounce a vowel that is not here, that is O, So it's very crazy, right? But even being as crazy as it is, I know that in French, for example, this sequence of letters is going to give me the sound O, right? So I just have to learn it. English is always a surprise, But of course, we do have certain, let's say, generalizations we can do when it comes to the relation between spelling and pronunciation, right? For example, we know that in English, CH is tended to be pronounced ch, like teacher, right? Like chair, like, I don't know, chore, right? And SH tend to be pronounced as sh, like shut up, right? So this is very nice, very beautiful, okay? This is the symbol for ch. Like, even if we were spelling or writing something in Spanish, we would write those little symbols, like muchacho would have 2 of this group, and I don't know, chale in Portuguese would have this little sound symbol here, right? For now, we don't need to enter into this phonetical transcript question, but just know that those symbols are awesome because they work for all the languages, right? Okay, so I just told you that English has, limited system, but for example, that kind of chair that you can sit very comfortably on, I don't know, by the pool, for example, it's spelled with CH, but we say chaise lounge, right? So again, we have all sorts of exceptions, right? So what I'm going to tell you today, guys, is nice, but of course everything in English has its limits, right? Okay, so for now, can you try to pronounce the words I'm going to put on the board? Look, pronounce to yourselves at home, right? It doesn't matter if you are like in front of other people, interact with me because I can hear you, right? So, how do you pronounce this word? Yeah? Very good, at, right? How do you pronounce this word? Pat, perfect. How do you pronounce this word? You don't know this word? So let me explain. This is like the arm of a fish, the thing the fish uses to swim, right? Almost, that's a fin, right? How do you pronounce this word? The little, let me get it. This little thing here, I don't know if this little thing here, that's a pin, right? Okay. So how do you pronounce it? You pronounce it pen, okay? How do you pronounce this word? You pronounce it cod. What is cod? Cod is that Portuguese fish, you know, that fish people preserve using a lot of salt, and you have to put it in cold water to take the salt out. Yeah, okay. And how do you pronounce, let me see, how do you pronounce this word? Cut, right? You pronounce it cut. Okay, nice. Let me see if I'm going to include any other. Oh yeah, how do you pronounce this word here? Can, right? Okay. So now I'm going to stop this pronunciation stuff and let's review something. And the thing we are going to review is vowels. How do you pronounce this vowel? Very good. A, right? How do you pronounce this vowel here? Some of you got it wrong. It's E. How do you pronounce this vowel here? Very easy to remember. It's I, because it's the same word, the same letter that we use as a word for I. I love my English teacher more than anything in my life. How do you pronounce this word here? Very good. O. And how do I pronounce this word here? This letter, all right? U. Okay. Why do I have a J there and not a letter I? Because we don't say IU, right? Even in Portuguese, I don't say AI. AI, eu machuquei meu braço, right? We say I, eu machuquei meu braço. So we don't say IU, we say you, right? Okay, so I'm pretty sure you know how to pronounce those vowels. Okay, so going back here, this word you pronounce at, right? Okay, and how do you pronounce this word? 8. This one you pronounce pat. And how do you pronounce this name? Pete. Very good. This one is fin. How do you pronounce this? Fine. This one is cod. How do you pronounce this? Code. This one is cut. How do you pronounce this? Cute. This one is pen. How do you pronounce this? Pine. And this is can. How do you pronounce this? Cane. Cane is, you know, the little stick people use to help them walk, right? So, of course, you saw what happened here, right? So, in none of those cases, I will pronounce the vowel E, right? But that vowel E is going to influence the vowel that is before, right? So, and what is the influence? It's a very, let's say, regular influence. Every time I use this, we call silent E. Some kids in the United States call it magic E. They even have a song for magic E, magic E, magic E. Search for it on YouTube. I'm not going to sing here because then I would be showing you two of my talents. So guys, the idea is this magic E, silent E, is going to make you pronounce the previous vowel as it is its name. Alright, so that's why A cane, O code, A 8, right? Okay, that's nice, very good, but we have some rules to follow. And what is the rule? At least the basic principle rule. You need to have a consonant preceded by a vowel, right? Just one consonant preceded by just one vowel, alright? Okay. Why am I telling you this? Because then we are going to explain another very interesting phenomenon we have in English. That is, today is very hot, right? But yesterday it was hotter. Yes, is that right? Are you sure? No, that's not right, you know? Why not? Because we have a spelling problem here. We need a double T, right? One more thing. Let's imagine My friend was walking yesterday and he tripped, right? Yes. Of course, now you have learned your lesson and you know I'm going to say, no, he didn't trip like this. He, different color to be didactic, just a second. He tripped, okay? Okay, so I'm pretty sure lots of you guys have this rule in mind. You remember this rule, right? So it's consonant, vowel, consonant. You double the consonant and then you add the whatever you need, right? But what probably you don't know is there is a reason for that. Because if you spelled harder like this, can you think of the way we would pronounce this word? This would be a silent E, right? Or not completely silent in this case, but this E would influence this O, and then we would have to say holder, right? This E here would have influenced this I, and then we would have to say triped. But we don't say triped, we say tripped. We don't say holder, we say hotter, and that's the reason why we have to double the consonant in that case, right? Because that consonant, imagine like this, that extra consonant is going to stop the magic E from, spreading his contamination to the vowel, right? Because just one P is not strong enough to do that. So it's going to stop the magic E, and magic E will do nothing. And then the sound E will keep on being sound E, and the sound A will keep on being sound O, right? So that's it.